Satele Shan is officially coming to Galaxy of Heroes as the next Conquest character for our rosters. My god, I cannot be any more excited for this character. Not only is she super badass in lore, but her kit has crazy, crazy implications for Grand Arena. The total goal that we want in this game is Grand Arena performing teams, and not only is she not requiring new characters, she is lifting up an existing faction that is already in our rosters, the Old Republic. They need a ton of help. They have not been relevant for a long time. So she is here to bring them back up to snuff and make them a super powerhouse in Grand Arena. I cannot wait. The good news is we have the best free-to-play guide to get you Red Crate on day one to make sure you can play with this character immediately. So come check it out. What's up, Knights of X, and welcome to the official Conquest 22 pre-guide for Satele Shan, the Old Republic tank lifter unit. I cannot wait for this character. If you guys have been following me for a while, we are excited. I predicted this on my 2026 characters list. We need to get her to Red Crate. The goal is to have her to be the most unlocked Conquest character of all time, and I'm going to help you get there. So if you guys aren't aware of who this character is in-game, she's officially announced and in the game, just not unlockable yet. Satele Shan, she's going to be a tank for the Old Republic faction, and her kit, I'm not going to go over it today, is absolutely bananas. I cannot wait to get my hands on her. But we got to make sure we get there. So we're going to go over every single sector possible in Global Feat, and feats to skip at the end to make sure you have her on day one. That's the goal of this video. So I have presented a PowerPoint and a bunch of slides, which are going to be available in my Discord. So if you guys aren't in my Discord, I highly, highly recommend you check it out. I have an infographic section where you're going to see everything listed in the PowerPoint going forward in that section of my Discord. So it'll be linked down below. Highly recommend you check it out. So let's get right into it. Conquest 22 pre-guide. We have a bunch of slides to go over, and the first thing I want to talk about is a couple of key notes going into this Conquest, because this will help you in the end. So it's a little bit of a pre-visual of what the sector guides you're going to want and see, but this is the most important part. The strategy revolves around finding certain droideka nodes in different sectors. So it's not impossible to get Red Crate without droidekas. It's only going to make your time a lot faster and more efficient. So if you guys could remember, in sectors 2, 4, and 5, find a droideka node, because we're going to cheese the heck out of it to make sure you can get battles done in one go instead of 10 or 15. It can really make a difference. You just got to throw it on full auto. Absolutely cake. The second keynote we have to talk about is if you guys have Maul unlocked with Canderous and Wat Tambor, you're practically going to get a ton of the very annoying feats done easily. Doesn't mean you, like, the characters do not have to be at high relic or gear. They could be level 1, gear 1. You find the right team, have the right data disk set up, you're going to be absolutely fine. So that is literally easy mode for a majority of these feats. So if you don't have these characters, you don't have them up and running, make sure you do. It'll make your life a lot easier. The third thing we got to talk about, there's two clear MVPs in terms of teams, which is going to carry you through this Conquest. CLS is number 1 with Rebels and Jedi Master Luke. Jedi Master Luke is the total king of the hill in terms of Galactic Legends for Conquest. He's going to help you get annoying feats done that you can't normally do because you don't have the required faction. So, for example, if you're missing Jar Jar Binks and you don't have a Gungan faction up and running, he's going to carry you to get the Gungan feats done. Or the Han Solo feats, he's literally here to help you and make it easy mode. So, he's the MVP. Next up, Zealous Ambition. Very good for support and healers. Going to carry you a lot in this strategy. It's the support and healers do extra damage, pretty much. You want to make sure you get those data discs. It will carry you. Now, you guys can't see it, but I'm going to hide my webcam for about, 30 seconds. Pirate King Hondo, Onaka, and Pirates are not needed for Red Crate. I want to make that clear. You do not need them at Relics. You don't need them the new Galactic Legend to get Red Crate. It's still accessible without it. There's going to be pirate feats that we're going to find out in sector videos coming forward on how to get it done, but by no means are they required to get Red Crate, so do not worry about it. The next thing, the two most brand new characters who are now free to play farmable, and you could get them to Relics, but they do not need to be. You could still get Red Crate without these two guys, Forlom and Zuckuss, at Gear or Relics, so do not worry about it. If you're working on existing projects, you're going to be absolutely fine. So that's going to be the keynotes for the guide. What we're going to do now is get into the individual sectors, and I'm going to go over everything because there's a couple of changes that I've made from the previous guides to make it even more in-depth detail. So what we're going to do is we're going to go over to the next slide. And what I'm going to do here is I'm going to shrink my webcam, and we're going to go all the way to the top right. So if you guys aren't aware of what these graphics look like, I post them in my Discord. This is what it looks like. I'm going to go to the top so you guys can see it a little bit more. And I'm going to be covering Satele and make me a little bit bigger so you guys can see me. So this is how it's laid out. I go over the individual sector guide feats on the left, and I tie in the global feats on the right. And you're going to see that there's double and triple dipping. The colors match the teams that have triple dip feats. So as you can see, for example, we're going to go over all of it. If you look at the Maul team by the bonus turns, he's listed twice. That means you're going to get 2 feats done with 1 team. That's kind of like how it's going to work. So if you see a color-coded team that matches other different feats, you're going to get 2 or 3 feats done in a single team. So, starting out Sector 1, 50 bonus turns, Gungans. You can get this done in 1 to 3 battles. Depending on the RNG, it's not even difficult. Gungans are an absolute cakewalk when using this. They're a phenomenal team. That's going to be number 1. Don't have access to Gungans, this is the team I'm talking about. Maul, Canderous, and Watambor can work on any single team in the game as long as you have the right data disc combo and you have enough damage. So preferably, if you're running against a team that doesn't have AoEs, it's even easier on some of the feats. Not here, but in Sector 1, you could have a Gear 1, Level 1, Vayne, and Silvo. You can get it done easily. The enemy team never takes a turn. Watt puts the weapon tech on Canderous. That triggers a bonus turn from Maul. Canderous does his second special. Boom, Maul goes in. They're all dead. That's the best way to get those annoying survival feats done, or even the bonus turn. But here, Maul takes a bunch of bonus turns when he's doing his Anguish. Watambor takes a bonus turn. So you're going to get this done. If you have to do 10 battles with Vayne and Silvo, you're going to get that done very easily. If you don't have any of those characters, Darth Vader's Zeta, Merciless Massacre, gives you bonus turns. Next up, inflict potency down 50 times. The clear winner for this is going to be Yoda, accessible for everybody in the game. The reason why there's these exact characters in this team is because it's going to tie into all the other feats going forward. Basilisk Shan gives accuracy up, which is a global feat on the right. She's going to give accuracy up to Yoda and call him to assist. That's going to allow him to inflict potency down, which is for the feat. Then Yoda's going to take a turn, spread the accuracy up. Boom. That's extra accuracy up. You can get this all done in Sector 1. Very, very easy. Keller and Beck is in there because he's needed for the global feat. Win 20 battles with Keller and Beck in your squad. So that's a triple dip. Next is Han Solo is in there as the 4th or 5th character. You've got to defeat 35 enemies with Han Solo present. So JML with this exact team is getting 4 feats done in 1 single team. JML, for his leadership and the coin ability, you're going to call Han to assist on the kills. You're going to call Yoda to assist on the non-kills to allow potency down. So you finish the battle by killing everyone with Han, and you make sure you get accuracy up on Yoda using Basilisk on special, and then Yoda spreads those buffs. So you're going to see the little indicators. There's little indicators of showing exactly what the debuff or buff are. That's a new addition to what I've done with these graphics. It's going to help you going forward. So that's going to cover 4 different feats. Below that, we got to talk about Bounty Hunters. That's another global feat on the right side. So this is a great node to balance the evasion down as long with the potency down. So you have your regular Bounty Hunter team, Bosk, Mando, Grief Karga, great characters. Zam Wessel has evasion down on her second special. She's a Lord Vader requirement. A majority of the community should have her. She's not that hard to get, and she's great for this feat. The next one I am including, and it's not essential. If you guys don't have it up and running, do not worry. But I thought I would include it because it might be helpful to double dip and go back and forth. Boba Fett Sign of Django has potency down AoE on his second special when he has certain stacks of momentum. So I thought he could do that ability twice in a row. That's 10 potency downs in possibly 1 battle. You could do more if you don't kill them. So that's another team to get it done. So you're double dipping with potency down and as well as the win 20 battles with Bounty Hunter units. Next up is win with Silvo and Vayne. Same thing with the Maul team. It double dips. Bonus turn and the survive. So already discussed. And also, Silvo applies evasion down on a basic, I believe. So that is also included with the global feat. So also helpful to get that done there. Then, after that, I just thought, let's include him. Let's do Pirate King Hondo Onaka. If you have him, good for you. If you don't have him, you don't need to fear. You can either you do the Maul team, you can throw in a Galactic Legend. They do need to survive, so that's why I like the Maul team better, but I have to include him because some of the community might have him. So, like, one part's going to be free to play, the other part's going to be kind of mid or end game, or how far you've depended. I'm trying to make it accessible for everybody, mostly free to play. On the bottom, we have defeat 35 enemies with Han Solo, like previously discussed. JML's coin ability is going to call Han to assist. Make sure you get the kill with Han. That's going to allow you to get the feat done. If you guys don't want to, use your JML, you could use a dash-led team with all the Han Solos. You could do a crazy combination with Captain Han because of the Ambitions data disc, which gives you the extra offense. So all the Hans will work fine there. Sector 1 is not that difficult. If you have them up and running, great. I still recommend the JML team. It's going to be way, way easier. So we'll quickly talk about the global feats for this sector. I won't talk about them in all the other sectors, but win 20 battles with Keller and Beck. Plenty of different options to go here. I chose the exact team I discussed on the left because of the 4 feats in one. The one on the right is going to be, well, I listed Shock T twice there. That is a mistake. It should be either Ahsoka Tano or Mace. Doesn't matter, so I'll fix that for when I put it in the Discord, but I'm just practically showing you the Lightspeed tokens on the infographic, but Keller and Beck can be used on a, JMK team, a JML team, his own leadership. There's plenty of options. That one's not going to be hard to obtain, but the infographic is just put in snips there instead of Shock T. I put it twice. The Invasion Down. CLS. You can get this done in a single battle as long as you find a Droideka. This one's not hard at all. Find a Droideka, a single Droideka on the entire Conquest. One and done. Not hard at all. If you guys can't find a Droideka, you want to get it done throughout the Conquest. Bounty Hunters are your friend, and the regular CLS team will get it done. Now, on the next one, the Global. Win 20 battles with a full squad of Bounty Hunters. So, that's the team I'm listing for Sector 1 because of the potency down. But the one on the right is also really clutch because Jabba is considered a bounty hunter. Not all of his team and Hut Cartel are bounty hunters, but this is going to be your best bet for getting bounty hunters done that are Hut Cartel. So, Jabba, Leia, Chrysanthemum, Boba, and Cad Bane. Easy bounty hunter feat done. If you have Jabba, good for you. Not a problem at all. And then, talking about accuracy up, same thing as I listed on the left with Basilisk Shan, but on the right, even easier, Unaligned Force users give a bunch of accuracy up. We have Seer on a basic, we have Cal on a second special, and 8th Brother in here also applies accuracies up to himself. So I thought, you know what, let me slot him in here. Nice and easy for a potential accuracy up feat. I listed him, not a big deal. Now the Prophet. If you guys have Mos Kanata or Pirate King Hondo, this is going to be done in a single battle. If you're nowhere near those characters at all, there's a cheese that I posted on my channel earlier that can get you it done in one battle. We have to find the right node for this Conquest, but you're going to be able to get it done. So, Brutus, Captain Ethano, Sanastaros, Wat Tambor, and JML. If you don't have a Galactic Legend like JML, use Kylo Ren on Mass. You're going to get a bunch of profit done. I highly recommend you check out that video. Not that hard. So that is going to wrap up Sector 1. We're now going to move on to Sector 2. Starting out with Sector 2, we got to talk about the first feat. Win 10 battles with no tanks in your squad. CLS is going to be great here. It's actually a triple dip kind of team. You're going to be getting the no tank, and you're also going to be getting Invasion Down with 3PO's basic. And possibly, if you find a Droideka node, you could use Rollo, who you're going to see on the bottom. Rollo has a buff immunity on a basic. Nice and easy. Another team that's going to double dip. Maul, Canorus Watt, Omega Fugitive, and Batcher. Double dipping with the Omega Batcher surviving feat. Nice and easy. The Daze one. The most accessible one for the community is going to be Phoenix with Captain Rex on a Daze. His AoE dazes the enemy team. Nice and easy, not hard at all. If you're a little mid and end game, you have Rey, Galactic Legend Rey. You throw in 4 characters that have Daze abilities. I throw in Dash, Echo, Captain Rex, and Nest. All have an AoE Daze ability. If they go twice in a battle with their AoE, that's 40. Nice and easy, not hard at all, if you want to speed up your process a bit. So that's easy. Win 10 battles with Mega Fugitive and Batcher. You're going to see the Maul team repeated. It's a double dip. If you guys don't have Maul or you don't want to use Maul and you have a Bad Batch team up and running, I threw in Echo in here for the Daze. Hunter, Mercenary has a Daze, and I threw in Crosshair instead of Wrecker because Wrecker is a tank. We got a double dip with the no tank feat, so that's why that's listed there. The buff immunity, like I said earlier, Rollo on a basic applies a buff immunity. Find a Droidic node, throw it on full auto basic. You're going to get the feat done in one battle. Down below, if you guys want to use General Grievous, unfortunately, B2 is a tank, so you're not going to get the tank feat done. But B2 on an AoE has an AoE buff immunity. You can get it done in 1 or 2 battles. Very, very easy. Now, for the Galactic Republic feat with Keller and Beck, I threw a Galactic Republic team with no tanks. Gas has a daze. Kiari has a daze. On the right side, I threw in Keller and Beck with JMK, just in case you have him and you want to make it extra easy. You don't need to use General Kenobi here. You can actually throw in a non-tank character like Padme and get the other feat done as well. So, I will change that as well for the graphic in my Discord, but you could use Padme. Nice and easy. The evasion down, the same thing, except on the right side I included Old Ben, because he does apply evasion down on a basic. So if you want to double dip with that, that works also with the accuracy down below. Bounty Hunters, Grief Karga has a daze on a basic. For underlined force users for accuracy up, you can use the same thing. Mara Jade has a daze on a basic ability as well. And then down below, all the teams are relatively the same. That's a nice, quick, and easy Sector 2. Going to Sector 3 now. Starting with Sector 3, we have gain tenacity up 60 times. And I want to double dip here because maybe you have SM33 unlocked, but you don't have him up and running in Relics. So I thought of a nice little cheese to manipulate the turn meter and make sure Rex is going to one-shot the enemy team. If you can find a node that has no AoEs, this is a golden strategy. So if you guys are just looking for the bare minimum, I want to unlock Satele Shan, you need a node with no AoEs. They will not be able to touch SM33. Tank tech on crew, weapon tech on Rex. Barris is here to heal your team in case you get into a dicey situation. Nice and easy. So this is going to be tenacity up because he gives tenacity up AoE from his first special. And he's going to be getting a bunch of turn meter. So that's easy. The next one is going to be really, really efficient for your Keller and Beck. Keller and Beck provides tenacity up when you're afflicted with heal immunity. Yoda on an AoE does tenacity up. Master Qui-Gon, AoE, tenacity up. Shock T gives tenacity up to a single target that's a support. That's going to be a no-brainer. Very, very easy. Repeated SM33 cheese, the one I listed up top for tenacity up. Then the Maul thing. The Maul thing is super, super clutch. It'll get you out of a pinch. So if you have the character unlocked, good for you. You can get it done. It does not need to be a Gear or Relics. Now, win 10 battles with no attackers in your squad. You're going to see for the whole page, practically for the whole page, none of the teams are going to have attackers. That's what I tried to do. It showed on the right side there's no attackers, the left side there's no attackers. There's going to be a couple variations where you have no choice. Like Keller and Beck is an attacker, so I put in a whole team of remaining attackers. But if you guys don't want, if you're running low on stamina, GL Leia is a phenomenal option for the no attacker feat because she doesn't need an attacker, especially if you have the Ambitions data disc. R2 is going to hit like a truck. So I threw in Radis, I threw in Cassian, R2 and Mon Mothma. Easy, Galactic Legend Leia is going to carry. Next best option, Night Sisters. Early game team, not hard to get. All support characters, one tank, one healer. No attackers listed. The Plague will work. Marin is your friend. Easy, easy, easy. Now, this is the one that people are going to worry about. Now, Forlom and Zuckuss. If you have them up and running, good for you. Throw them into a boss Grief Karga team with Cad Bane. There's no attackers there. Forlom does do pretty well as a damage dealer, so you're going to be fine. Down below, if you have the Maul cheese up and running, they could be level 1 Gear 1. No need to worry. Easy, one and done. So I wanted to show that there for the Keller and Beck squad. Same team listed. On the right side, if you have Master Mace unlocked, he gives a bunch of tenacity up. He gives tenacity up on his first special. Shock T, same concept. Target gets specific tenacity up in Keller and Beck with the heal immunity. Everything else is relatively the same. The Bounty Hunter one is including Forlom and Zuckuss for this one. And you're going to see here, a Seer unaligned force user team not only gives accuracy up, but also tenacity up to all your unaligned force users, so you could also get it there. Yoda on the right side gives tenacity up for accuracy up and evasion feat. And down below for the Prophet, Kicks on a basic is giving tenacity up. So if you want to work on some of your Pirate Prophet stuff, or you're running low on the stamina for the other teams, you want to just use another team for tenacity up, Kicks is your friend. Nice and easy Sector 3 as well. Sector 4 time. Starting out with Sector 4, and this is going to be the one that's going to be, I think, the most difficult for the community because not everyone really likes pirates, and you might not have them up and running. So I said, let's just list the two characters that are probably not going to be mostly accessible. Maz Kanata and Pirate King Hondo. This is going to, spoiler, this is going to be one of the feats I recommend you skip. It's very annoying for early and mid-game players, so If you have the pirates up and running, good for you. You'll get it done very easily. If you don't worry about it. Evasion up. Phenomenal strategy. Always going to be CLS. If you find a Droideka node, phenomenal. This is what I'm talking about. You can get it done in a single battle because Han Solo gives an AoE evasion up. Nice and simple. 3PO with the evasion down on a basic. If you don't have CLS up and running, you can't get a Droideka node. Bad Batch is your friend, and this is going to work in very well with the win 10 battles with no tanks in your squad. So that is also going to be super, super clutch. So again, listed here, there's no tanks. I have the Bad Batch with Omega, OG Omega, and Crosshair, because Crosshair needs to survive down below. You're going to see that for the 4th feat. Win 10 battles with no tanks. Same exact thing. CLS squad, there are no tanks there. You're going to be absolutely fine. I included Bo-Katan here with armor instead of Paz Vizsla because that's another great option for you if you have her unlocked. A little bit more of a mid-game team, but just giving other options. You're going to see, for this slide, there's not going to be any tanks for those squads. Even on the right side, none of the tanks are listed. So all of this is going to work out for you. But down below, it's going to be Crosshair surviving, again with the ball team. Same exact thing. Now, if you guys are using Keller and Beck, throw in Luminara. She has evasion up on a basic. If you use JMK, she has evasion. Cat has evasion up on her middle special. Same exact concept. Listing all similar teams. I took out Bosk and put in Aura Singh because Bosk is a tank. I threw in Seven Sister for the accuracy up Ufu team because she does give a evasion up buff. And I threw in Luminara for the accuracy for the Jedi Knight Revan team on the right instead of JML. So again, all trying to make it work for all these feats. And then we have the Prophet, same exact thing, just trying to triple or double dip. That's a very, very easy sector 4. Now the final sector. Alright, the final sector, the most important because it gives the most amount of key cards. No brainer, made it very easy for you. Defeat 35 enemies with Gungans. Gungans are one of the best teams for Sector 5. They can get so many feats done alone. So if you have Gungans up and running, not even Jar Jar, you're fine. Even the 4 of them are going to carry you. So phenomenal stuff. They give critical damage up with Boss Nass and Tarpals. And he also applies defense down. And the Phalanx also applies defense down. No brainer. Easy stuff. If you don't have Gungans up and running at all, JML is here to carry you. First of all, JML gives a critical damage up as well. He can do it on his middle special. You give the middle special to Yoda. It gives the targeting Jedi ally critical damage up. Yoda does an AoE. That's a spread critical damage up. Tarpals also applies critical damage up, so that's just helping you get that done as well. Nice and easy. Now we have defeat 35 enemies with droids. I'm including Grievous here with BB-8. BB-8 gives a ton of turn meter. If you have the correct data disc, this team could do a ton of damage and do a turn meter loop kind of thing, where you get target lock, you keep doing AoEs, you keep feeding turn meter to your team. This is a no-brainer. So Grievous with BB-8 is helping you to get out ahead and get those kills. Now, JML again. If you don't have any good droid teams up and running, if you don't have Afro or something like that, throw in R2-D2 into a JML squad, and you're going to use the coin ability to defeat the characters with R2. It's the same concept with Tarpals. Use the coin ability to kill the enemies. They're light side, it's going to work great. Nice and easy. Now, Droideka node number 3 that you're going to want is for the defense down. If you find a Droideka node, CLS can do it auto, basic, and apply defense down 60 times, no problem. So, if you don't have Gungans, CLS is your friend. If you do have CLS, find a Droideka node. If you have Gungans, good for you. They can also apply the defense down. Those are going to be your 2 quickest teams to get it done. Nice and easy. Down below, talking about more critical damage up. Because all these teams listed here, you're going to see the green icon. A lot of them give critical damage up. Gungans are the no-brainer. But down below, Cal Kestis gives an AoE critical damage up. Jedi Training Ring at the end of her turn gives herself critical damage up. Those are other ways to get it off. On the right side, Master Qui-Gon gives critical damage up. Padawan Obi-Wan has an AoE defense down. A Jedi Vanguard team, Depa B'Elanna, gives all Jedi Vanguard critical damage up. Temple Guard has a defense down ability. Jocasta Nu has a defense down and critical damage up ability. No brainer. The CLS team again. Defense down, critical damage up from Han Solo for himself. Evasion down on the basic. Critical damage up for Mando and Grieve Karga, all applying to your bounty hunters. Amazing stuff. Ties in very well with your next one with the global bounty hunter feat. And you're going to see on the right side, another great option for defense down is going to be a Jabba team with Leia. Leia, on her basic ability, applies defense down, and she does a lot of basics, so that's another very solid option for you if you want to do the defense down, if you don't have any of the other two teams listed, or you don't find a droid node. Jabba is your friend. Accuracy up, same exact thing, included Padawan Obi-Wan for the AoE defense down, and the Prophet, all the same, not hard at all. And that's going to practically wrap up all the individual sector guides. What I want to go into next is going to be the feats to skip to ensure early to mid-game players that you can unlock this character and not worry. It's not meant for tippy-top endgame. I want to make that clear. The next slide is meant for early to mid-game players that don't have all these new teams unlocked. So, heading right into it. This is what I'm talking about, and I'm going to move me back over here and make me a little bit bigger. These are the feats I'm recommending you skip. It's going to equal a total of 33 key cards. That is enough to survive and get the red crate. You're allowed 34. This is what I'm recommending for early to mid. Win in Sector 1. Win with Master Mace Windu surviving. Very new character, not in the journey guide permanently. Might not be accessible to the majority of the community. So this is one you could skip. It's 2. In Sector 2, win with a full squad of Spectre. Again, they're on the newer side. They're kind of Chirotech heavy. We do have tokens that are giving them access to make them more accessible, but not very accessible by the majority of the community. Not many people have Ahsoka Tano. Not many people are going to have them up at Relics, so I'm recommending you skip that. Sector 3. This is where it gets a little bit more expensive. Win 10 battles with SM33. A newer Conquest character. Might not be unlocked for the majority of the community. Might not even be in Proving Grounds yet for you. So this one I'm recommending you skip. It's 10 key cards. It's kind of heavy, so it sucks. Goes to the next one. Win 10 battles with a full squad of pirates. That's another 10 key cards. But very new faction. Not many of the players are going to have this. But there are ways around it. If you have a very jacked up Empress Nest, there's going to be ways you do it. I do have a video talking about that as well from the previous Conquest. I will definitely do one for this Conquest. But if you don't have Empress Nest up and running or any of the characters like that up and running, skip it. Now, this one I'm including because it is a Galactic Legend. And I'm going to include all the Galactic Legend feats because everyone might not have all these Galactic Legends. So, 4 key cards. Win with Supreme Leader Kylo Ren surviving. That's 4 right there. Not everyone's going to have him. If you do, good for you. This is going to be the easiest feat in the world. But that's going to be another 4 for anyone that doesn't have him. And the last one I'm recommending you skip because you might not have him yet. Win with Pirate King Hano Onaka surviving. That's going to be 5 key cards. So, what that means is this gives you a total of 33 key cards. There's one feat that I think you're going to struggle with that you're going to need to figure out. And it's going to be win with a full squad of pirates in Sector 1. It's including 2 key cards. Or 2 or 3. I think it's 3 actually. I wanted to include it on this list. It would have brought you to 36. You would have missed Red Crate. So, you need to watch my sector guides because we will come out with a video on how to get it done. But for order you to get Red Crate, you got to get every single feat that is not listed here done, including the win a full squad of pirate feat in Sector 1 on the mini boss. But I will help you get there. That's going to wrap up this video, guys. I know it was on the longer side, but I guarantee you this is going to be the best guide out there for you to get your Red Crate. So, if you guys wouldn't mind, leave a like, comment your thoughts down below. I appreciate all your feedback. And share this with your guilds. Join my Discord. Come into the infographic section. It's a phenomenal space, not only for Conquest, but for Grand Arena. And just talking with the Star Wars community. So, I appreciate you guys watching my video. Again, leave a like, comment down below. Subscribe to the channel to support your boy Vex and for more content. And I'll see you guys in the next one. May the Force be with you all.